At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
And our Waynesboro Middle School Wildcats. It's also a peek out game. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'd like to ask everyone to please stand for a word of prayer and then the playing of the national anthem. Dear Father, we thank you for what you bring us to tonight. Thank you for these young men who have worked to prepare themselves to play in this game. Thank you for the success they've had on the field. We thank you for our cheerleaders. We thank you for our coaches, for our parents, all those that are involved in these two schools. Pray, Father, that you'd watch over the game tonight, that you'd give them the skill set that you give them. Father, that you would allow them to play to their best. You'd watch over all those that officiate and all of us that watch. We thank you for your love for us. Father, we're praying for our world tonight as we think about the events that are happening in the Middle East. Pray, Father, that you'll be in the midst of all that's going on, that you'll remind us that you're the most important thing we ever could have. Thank you for the Lord Jesus. Watch over us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
right, WCHS sports fans, we want to welcome you tonight to Waynesboro Middle School, where we are going to be hosting the Loretto Middle School Mustangs in the Tri-County Championship game. This time, you'll see out on the field, the captains are at midfield. Captains for your Wildcats tonight are number 78, Knox Bunch, number 16, Barrett Gallion, number 24, Caden Castleman, number 51, Jackson Bryant. And you said that the players are out there. Your Wildcats are 7-1 on the season. Got the opportunity to host this championship game here tonight. And Loretto Middle School came on here at the end of the season, winning about 4 games in a row to set up a successful situation to get here to this championship game. It looks as though your Wildcats have won the toss and they are electing to defer their option to the second half. And so Loretto is going to look like they're going to begin the ball with possession. And so we'll see our Wildcat defense out on the field to begin the game. Your Wildcats have been very successful so far this season. 7-1 record on the year with one very close loss early in the season. Second week against Decatur County. And so after that, the Wildcats ripped off 6 in a row to finish out the season for a total of 7 wins on the year, and hoping tonight to bring home this Tri-County Championship for middle school football as we close out the middle school football season here this evening. Wildcats are getting ready to line up there in the helmet. Looks like they're getting ready to take the field. It's going to be very important for the Wildcats tonight to establish themselves defensively, and then, of course, on offense, they've ridden a two-headed monster all season long with Avery Vaughn and Caden Castleman as the primary running backs in the backfield, who have combined to amass for over 1,800 yards in rushing for the season. Here come your Wildcats with the flags flying high. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we all have our hearts and minds, not only here in Wayne County thinking about football, but considering what all is going on in the Middle East. We keep them in our thoughts and prayers as well. So WCH sports fans, we are grateful that you've joined in with us tonight for this contest. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes for the kickoff of the Tri-County Middle School Championship game right after a few words from our sponsors on WCHS Sports. All right, Wildcat fans, we are ready here for the Tri-County Championship middle school football game. As we said earlier, the Wildcats won the toss, deferred their option to the second half, and so Ashton Odell getting prepared to kick off for the Wildcats. Back deep for Loretto is number 7, Elijah Chapman, and number 5, Aaron Workman. This is the second meeting between Wayne County and Loretto this season, as the Wildcats came out victorious in the first contest in week 4. The kickoff recovered by number 1 right there at the 41-yard line. That's going to be Caden Hagan, and he's going to recover the ball there on the kickoff. And so the Loretto Mustangs are going to take over first possession of this championship game right at the, looks like the 41-yard line. And so the Loretto Mustangs are going to take over there, 1st and 10, first possession of the game here tonight. And so now we get an opportunity to see if our Wayne County Wildcat defense is going to be able to stand up here this evening. Defensively, the Wildcats have been very stout so far this season. Obviously, a defense leads the way in a very successful season, 7 wins on the year. Last week, they held the rival Collingwood Middle School to negative yards on the night. Ben Lyles takes the snap. He's going to be a quarterback design run all the way. He cuts to the left-hand side. He's got a big gap, and he is weaving his way through defenders, and it looks like he's going to go. He's getting caught, chased down, but they're not going to get him, and quarterback Ben Lyles for the Mustangs is going to take the ball 59 yards on the very first play of the game for a 59-yard touchdown run. Now, I tell you what, if the Wildcats are going to have any success tonight at all whatsoever, they're going to have to shut that down. You cannot let a quarterback run loose like that. The offensive line there for Loretto, give them all the credit in the world. They opened up a nice hole on the left-hand side, and so it looked like as he came through that line of scrimmage, he might get about a 10 or 15-yard gain, and then one of the linebackers or the secondary guys would crash down and tackle him. But he just cut back to the middle of the field and he basically outran the defense. So now Loretto's going to line up to go for two. Lyles slings the ball out to the right-hand side, and that pass is complete to number 7, Elijah Chapman, and Chapman is going to carry the ball in for the two-point conversion. And so here we go, 7:42 left in the first quarter of action, and Loretto is going to take the early lead on one play drive, going 59 yards on a touchdown run. Your score now 8-0, and we'll be back with more action after a few words from our sponsors.
At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, Wildcat fans, we're back, and after Loretto struck first here on the first possession of the game, one play drive, Wildcats are going to have their first possession now. Sam Brand kicking off for the Mustangs. Ball's going to be fielded by Avery Vaughn, and Avery Vaughn's going to take it up the left-hand side. He's struggling. He's on his feet. He did break a tackle there. Someone got a hold of his jersey. Looked like they were going to bring him down, but he was able to cut loose, and so he's going to bring the ball all the way back down to about the 35, 36-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats are going to take over for their first possession of this Tri-County Championship game, trailing 8-0 here early on. This is the first time the Wildcats are going to have the ball, and so now your Wildcats take over on offense at the 36-yard line. Your regular starters are out there for your Wildcats tonight. We're going to see a good mix, hopefully, of runs tonight, and we just got to hope that Caden and Avery can get the run game going, get the offensive line to blow it up front. They got a good drive there on the first play. The offensive line gets a good push against the South Lawrence defense. They are pushing them back up to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be a 4-yard gain for Caden Castleman as he's going to carry the ball 4 yards down to the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Wildcats in the huddle, and they're going to break the huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage here. Quarterback Jacob Floyd looks like he is going to go under center this time. We have that offset power I formation with Jason Skelton split wide out to the left-hand side. This time the handoff looks like it's going to go to Castleman again, and he looked like he had a little something going, but then he just got tripped up there after a short game, about 1 yard on that run. And so now the Wildcats facing a 3rd down and 5 here on this first possession of the game, trailing 8-0 here against Loretto Middle School Mustangs. Wildcats come to the huddle and kind of have to wonder what the play call is going to be here. We need to establish the run game tonight. Quarterback's in the shotgun, and Floyd is going to line up to take the snap. He gives the signal. He's going to bring a man in motion from the left to right. He takes the snap, hands the ball to Avery Vaughn over the left-hand side. Vaughn sweeping it out to the left-hand side, and he's going to power it out over left tackle, going to the outside there. And it looks like he's going to run ahead for a short gain. Looks like he might have gotten about a yard on that play. So a short 1-yard gain. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Wildcats in their own end of the field. Let's take a look and see what Coach Gallion wants to do here on this first possession of the game. Obviously, you would love to be able to go down and answer the score where Loretto was able to go down and score on their first play of the game. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to leave his offense out there. Maybe they're going to try to draw him off sides here. Looks like Floyd is barking out hard count signals. And that is exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to draw him off sides, not able to do so. And so the Wildcats are going to take their first time out of the game here with 5:28 left to play in the first quarter. Wildcats trail 8-0, and we'll be back for more action here after just a few minutes of sponsors right here on WCHS Sports.
You, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans. WCHS Sports. My name is Jacob Kitchens. I'm bringing the action tonight here for the Tri-County Championship game for the Wayne County Middle School Wildcats. I went up against the Loretto Mustangs, and the Mustangs struck early, scoring on the first play of the game, a 59-yard touchdown run. Now, after taking a timeout, the Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like on a 4th and 4 in their own side of the field, they are going to go for it. Jacob Floyd takes the snap. He hands the ball to Caden Castleman over the right-hand side. He got a good block in front, was able to power down for about a 9-yard gain, and so that is going to be a first down for the Wildcats as he moves the ball down to the 48-yard line, crossing over the midfield stripe. And so that is not only going to be enough to pick up the first down and extend the drive, that's going to be a 9-yard gain. It's going to move the ball into Loretto Mustang territory. And so the Wildcats now continuing on with this drive, looking to answer the first score of the game. Floyd brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got his backs in an offset I formation. Avery Vaughn is the H-back, and he's going to hand the ball off to Caden Castleman once again. He's going to power ahead for about a 3-yard gain. Actually, it looks like they're going to mark him at the 46, so they're going to give him credit for a 2-yard gain. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted at their own 46-yard line. Remember, Wildcat fans, Loretto came in earlier this season. Wildcats won that game 28-12. And it looks to me like the game tonight is going to be a little bit nastier. Both of these teams come in highly confident. The handoff goes to Caden Castleman right up the middle. He blasts up, and he's brought down from behind by number 7. That's Elijah Chapman on the tackle for Loretto. But it's going to be, see here, they're going to mark the ball. Where are they marking the ball? Down to about the, looks like they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. So give him credit for an 18-yard gain there for Caden, and that's the kind of running we're used to seeing out of this two-headed monster in the backfield. So far, it's been mostly Caden Castleman tonight as he's carried the ball on 5 of the 6 plays that the Wildcats have run here tonight. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 28. Floyd under center. He's barking out signals. He's going to go, and once again, right there in that fullback position, he's going to hand the ball off to Caden, and Caden is going to power. Got a good block by the guard in the center. They opened up that hole right there on the left-hand side, and he's going to carry the ball down, looks like to about the 21-yard line. So that's going to be about a 7-yard gain for Caden, and that's going to prompt a timeout to be taken by Loretto here with 3:32 remaining in the first quarter. So Wildcats driving with their first possession of the game, trailing 8-0, and we'll be back with more action after a few words from our sponsors here on WCHS Sports.
Videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, Wildcat fans, welcome back to WCHS Sports right here in Waynesboro Guy Buchanan Stadium, where your Wayne County Middle School Wildcats are hosting the Loretto Mustangs in the Tri-County Middle School Championship game. After now the second time out of the half, one taken by each team. Wildcats driving. They've got the ball second down and 4 at the 21-yard line. Jacob Floyd lines up in the shotgun. He's got trips to the right. Man comes in motion, and the running back who comes in motion is going to take the handoff, but now there is going to be a flag on the field. They're going to blow that play dead immediately, and that's going to be an illegal procedure penalty against the Wildcats. That's going to back the Wildcats up 5 yards, and it's going to bring up another second down. So it's going to be second down. Instead of 2nd and 4, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 as that backs the ball up to the 27-yard line, 26, 27-yard line for the Wildcats. So it looks like the Wildcats had a decent play call there. Nice play design as they set up trips package to the right-hand side. Had Avery Vaughn out to the left. They brought him in motion, and we're going to hand him the ball on that sweep over the right. But the false start negates that play. So now you have 2 receivers stacked to the right, Caden Castleman in the backfield. The snap comes to Floyd, who's rolling right. He's looking to throw. He comes away, steps away from the pressure, and he finds Barrett Gallion, but Gallion drops the pass right there at what would have been, looks like right at the sticks, would have been just enough to pick up the first down. Great play design. Jake and Floyd, give him all the credit in the world as he rolled out. One of the defenders was right in his face. He stutter stepped, backed up, took a step back to the left, but that may have been enough to just throw the timing off just enough to cause that incompletion. So now 3rd down and 9, Wildcats are going to need a 9 yards to get the first down here and continue to move the chains and continue to keep this drive alive. Wildcats have had the ball ever since about the 7.5-minute point here. Floyd in the shotgun. He's going to bring Gallion in motion from the right to the left. We got some confusion in the backfield as it looks like the running backs there in the backfield were basically going the opposite directions instead of going together. And so the ball goes down and hits the ground. So that is going to be a fumble on the play, and Loretto is going to recover that fumble. And so with the ball spotted right there at what appears to be the 30-yard line, Loretto is going to take over, and they're going to take over leading 8-0 with 3:18 left to play here in the first quarter of action. Wildcats defense is going to have to step up and be a little bit more stout on this one than they were on the first drive of the game. Loretto has opened with possession as the Wildcats elected to defer the opening kickoff, and they scored on the first play on a 59-yard touchdown run. This time the handoff is going to go to the tailback. That's going to be number 1, Caden Hagan, and he's going to carry the ball over the right-hand side. And it looks like he's going to be able to take the ball down for about a 1 or 2 yard gain. They're going to give him credit for 1 yard. So before Camden Ray brings him down right there at the 31-yard line. So short game on that play for the Mustangs, and so that's going to bring up now 2nd down and 9. Wildcat defensively out there on the field for the second possession of the game. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to take it. He's going to hand the ball over to the left-hand side. Again, that's Caden Hagan once again. He swept the ball out to the left, and it looks like he is going to carry the ball down. They're going to mark him out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. It definitely looks to me like if you take a look at that Wildcat fans, it looks like they missed a little bit of a hold there on the left tackle. But we can't cry over any spilled milk. That's going to be a 9-yard gain for Hagan, and that's going to move the chains to move the ball over to the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the chains and reset for a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs right there at the 40-yard line. Your Mustangs are leading your Wildcats by a score of 8-0. Each team has had 1 possession of the game so far. Loretto on their second possession of the game. Quarterback Ben Lyles in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap and it is going to be a handoff directly ahead, right up the middle. Again, Caden Hagan carrying the ball right up the middle, went right behind the center, but your Wildcats were able to pinch down on that. 78 Knox Bunch getting in there and making the play for the Wildcats. So after a short 1-yard gain, that's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Mustangs. You may notice, Wildcat fans, there's some players and fans in the stands that are wearing pink tonight. Your Wildcats and Loretto have teamed together, and they're taking donations tonight for the Ladies in Pink Foundation. Handoff is once again going to go to Caden Hagan over the left-hand side. He's going to slip away, break a couple tackles. He is gone, folks. Right up the middle, there's one guy with a chance to catch him, and he is not going to get to him. So he is going to carry the ball 59 yards for a touchdown run, and that's going to be the second touchdown of the game for Loretto. Once again, attacking that left side of the offensive line. He took that handoff, came across right over the tackle. The Wildcats had 1 or 2 guys there that had a chance to bring him down, but he was able to slip those tackles and get to the outside, and he literally just ran right up the sideline on the left-hand side, 59 yards all the way to pay dirt. And once he got outside the line of scrimmage and once he got outside of the tackle box, it was literally just a foot race to the end zone. And so he was able to take it all the way. And so now Loretto lines up to go for 2. It's going to be Hagan once again over that left-hand side, that same exact play. And it looks like he's going to be short. He's not going to quite get into the end zone for that 2-point conversion. So now with 1:38 left to play here in the first quarter of action, the Wildcats trail 14-0. We'll be back for the Wildcats' second possession of this game here in the Tri-County Middle School Championship game after a few words from our sponsors. We want to thank you for joining us here on WCHS Sports.
There are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, welcome back to WCHS Sports. Wildcat fans, Wildcats trail 14-0 with 1:38 left to play here in the first quarter of action in this Tri-County Middle School Championship game. So Loretto getting ready to set to kick off. Sam Brown, the kicker for the Mustangs, back deep to receive. Number 3, Jason Skelton. Number 12, Avery Vaughn for the Wildcats. Kick is going to drive deep, and it looks like it's going to be fielded by Avery Vaughn right there at about the 28-yard line. He's going to take it right up the middle. He's gone, folks. He's got one man to beat. He's going to take it all the way back. It's going to be a 62-yard kickoff return, and that's going to put the Wildcats on the board. And, folks, there it is. An explosive special teams play is going to bring the Wildcats right back into it. Avery Vaughn collects that kickoff, and he saw daylight right up the middle. There was one guy that had a chance to beat him, that safety playing back, and he did not quite get there. And so Avery Vaughn took the ball 72-yard on a kickoff return, and that's going to put the Wildcats on the board. And now the Wildcats are going to line up to go for 2, try to get that 2-point conversion to cut this thing back down to a 6-point deficit. Wildcats come up to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like Caden Castleman, number 24, is lined up in the Wildcat formation. He's going to take the direct snap. He's going to go power over the right-hand side, and he got hit right there at the goal line. It looks like we had a little bit of a fight there, and they say the 2-point conversion is no good. So now with 1:26 left to play here in the first quarter, Wildcats are on the board, and it's a 14-6 game. Wildcats trail. We'll be back with more action right here after a few words from our sponsors on
This live stream possible for you, the like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, Wildcat fans, welcome back to WCHS Sports. Your Wildcats have just struck on a 72-yard kickoff return by Avery Vaughn. Now Austin Ogle to kick off for the Wildcats. You can see there, notice at the end of that special teams play, Coach Gallion talking to the official. I think he might have been kind of reminding him, hey, pay attention to the blocking here because while Loretto has struck on a couple of long runs, you can definitely see that that left-hand side of their offensive line might be getting away with a little bit of grabbing on those blocks. And so we'll continue to monitor that situation as this game develops to see if they maybe start to look at that a little bit more carefully. They have struck on two 59-yard touchdown runs. Both of them have come over the left-hand side of their offense. And I believe the argument there that Coach Gallion is making is that somebody, that left tackle or the tight end there, is kind of grabbing and pulling down one of the defenders. And that's, in every sense of the word, that's an illegal block at every level of football. So we'll continue to monitor and see how that goes. But your Wildcats trail 14-6 as they go back out for another defensive stand, hopefully to hold up. Ball spotted at the, looks like about the 44-yard line. Snap this time is going to go to quarterback Lyles. He fakes to the running back Hagan. He's looking deep down the field. The ball is bobbled, but then caught by number 7, Elijah Chapman. And Chapman is going to take that pass. He's going to go 50, from the 44, that's a 56-yard touchdown run, touchdown pass. And so that is another touchdown on the board for the Mustangs. I tell you what, these scores are coming fast in a hurry. We're literally seeing seconds come off the board. I believe the Wildcats had good defense there. They had a corner back there in coverage. He just missed time to jump a little bit as he jumped up to try to knock the ball down. He did get a hand on it. The ball was loose there for just a second, but then the receiver, Chapman, able to recover and get possession. Now the two-point conversion attempt is going to go to Hagan over the right-hand side. He's going to be brought down short of the goal line, so that two-point conversion is no good. So now with 1:14 left to play here in the first quarter, Wildcats trail. It's 20-6. Loretto leading your Wildcats here in this Tri-County Championship game. And we will be back with you for more action right here on WCHS Sports after a few words from our sponsors.
If you'd like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, welcome back to WCHS Sports Wildcat fans. Your Wildcats trail 20-6 against the Loretto Middle School Mustangs here. Sam Brown, number 21, back to number 7, Elijah Chapman, actually going to take over the kicking duties. Avery Vaughn back deep to receive. And it looks like what in the world? It looks like was Loretto lining up to go for an onside kick there. We do have a procedural penalty there. Looks like it is going to be an offside penalty against Loretto, so that's going to back them up. Should back them up 5 yards and force them to re-kick. So They should be moving the ball from the 40 back to the 35. Looks like that's what the official is coming out to tell him right now. They were re-teeing there at the 40, and now they're going to back it up to the 35-yard line. So that 5-yard penalty going to back it up, and so the Mustangs are going to re-kick. Avery Vaughn back deep to receive for your Wildcats, and I'm sure he would love to have lightning strike twice after that 72-yard touchdown return here a few minutes ago. I would imagine they're going to do everything they can to keep it away from him for the rest of the night. And so he is going to kick, and it's going to go on the ground. It travels 10 yards where Barrett Gallion falls on it, and he's going to recover right there at the 47-yard line. That's where the Wildcats are going to take over, 1st and 10 in Mustang territory, trailing 20-6. You got to wonder about the gamesmanship there. I know you don't want to kick it deep to the guy who just burned you on a 72-yard touchdown return, but you're leading by 14 points here in the first quarter of the game. Really no sense to go for an onside kick at this point, but that's exactly what Loretto chose to do. Unfortunately, the Wildcats alert to that, and Gallion fell on the ball where he covered it there. Now the Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. Floyd's in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers stacked to the right-hand side. Caden Castleman, the running back there with him. He's going to hand the ball off to Castleman. He fakes the reverse to Avery Vaughn, and he keeps the ball over the right-hand side where he's going to carry the ball down to about the 40-yard line. So that's going to be good for a 7-yard gain for Castleman, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. That formation right there has been very good for the Wildcats all season, where the handoff has gone to Castleman and he's pitched it back to Avery Vaughn on that reverse. The Wildcats have been very successful with that play all season. And while Loretto looked like they had it pretty well scouted, Caden just decided to keep the ball himself, and he carried it ahead. Now the handoff going again to Caden right up the middle. He powers ahead where he's going to be met by number 10, Saber Franklin, who is going to wrestle him down after a 2-yard gain. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats. Clock winding down here in the first quarter, and we'll take a look and see, are we going to see another snap, or are we going to take this thing all the way down to the end of the quarter? Wildcats are going to break the huddle. They're going to come to the line of scrimmage. Jake and Floyd brings his team up. He's going to go under center. Jason Skelton split wide to the right, and he is not going to get that ball off. Time is going to expire in the first quarter before the snap goes off. So with 1 quarter in the books here in your Tri-County Middle School Championship game, Loretto Mustangs are leading the Wayne County Wildcats 20-6, and we'll be back with that 3rd down play here in just a few moments after these words from our sponsors. We want to thank you for joining us here on WCHS Sports.
PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat football fans. We're right here on WCHS Sports, Guy Buchanan Stadium in Waynesboro, where the Wayne County Middle School Wildcats are playing host to the Mustangs of Loretto in this Middle School Tri-County Championship game. 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats here at the start of the second quarter. The handoff is going to go over the left-hand side to Caden Castleman. There's the flag there on the play as he is brought down. Looked like he was going to have a short gain. It was going to be enough to pick up a 1st down. Let's take a look and see what the marker is going to be. It looked like the defender was up there pretty high on the face mask, and that is exactly what the play is going to be against Loretto. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to move the ball all the way down. Let's see where they mark it at this point. As they move and mark off the penalty, they're going to take it all the way down, it looks like, to about the 22-yard line. And so, or maybe the 27. I apologize for sports fans. They don't have the numbers marked on the field tonight. So, ball's down at the 23-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats are going to convert and move the sticks after that penalty. First down for the Wildcats. Offset I formation behind the quarterback. He's going to hand the ball once again to the fullback, Caden Castleman. Caden powers right up the middle, and he's going to power over the right-hand side. It looks like he's going to be really close to a first down. Let's take a look and see. But we do have a flag down on the play. Let's take a look at this marker and see what we get here. It looks like that flag did come maybe in the holding zone, and that looks like that's going to be the call here as the umpire has the ball in his hand. He is marching backwards. Let's see, what is he doing? How far is he going? Oh, no, they called a false start. So that play completely negated is going to move the ball back 5 yards to the 27-yard line, and it's going to back it up 1st and 15 for the Wildcats at the 27-yard line. So forget that play ever actually took place. They got the flag out, but they did not blow it dead. And so now the ball at the 27-yard line, 15 yards to move the sticks and keep this drive alive. The Wildcats need the 12. Jacob Floyd looks like he's going to be in the shotgun formation. He's got running backs to either side. The handoff going to go over the right-hand side to Caleb Castleman. He's powering ahead, and he knocks a defender flat on the ground as he breaks a couple of tackles. He's going to move the ball down all the way down inside the 20. It looks like he's going to get it down to about the 15-yard line. So that's going to be good for a 12-yard gain for Caden. And Caden has run the ball very well tonight. As a matter of fact, he's handled the ball on just about every play except for one. And of course the kickoff return by Avery Vaughn for the touchdown. So it's now going to be 2nd and 3, ball at the 15-yard line after a 12-yard pickoff there by number 24, Caden Castleman. Jacob Floyd in the shotgun, and he's got flanked on either side by running backs. The handoff once again. No, he fakes it this time to Caden, and he's going to keep it himself going over the left-hand side. He's going to take it down. He might have picked up a short gain there. It looks like they're going to keep him marked at the 15. So no gain for Jacob on that play. And so that's now going to bring us up to 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Ball at the 15-yard line. Wildcats are going to need the 12 to move the chains and keep this drive alive. And so the Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. We've got a quarterback in the shotgun flanked on either side. He's going to hand the ball over the left-hand side, this time to Avery Vaughn. Vaughn's cutting around the outside. He's fighting ahead, moving down. And it's going to be close. He's going to be real close over the left-hand side. He got down inside the 15. It just depends on where they mark it. Let's take a look and see what they're going to give him here as the umpire takes the ball back to the hash. It looks like they're going to mark it down, and the officials now conferring to decide what they need to do. Are we going to get a measurement here? No, they're going to say he's short. They're putting the ball down at the 13-yard line, so he's going to be short by about 1 yard. It's going to be 4th and 1, and you got to think deep in Loretto territory that the Wildcats have got to go for this to try to keep this drive alive. We definitely need another score at this point in time to try to tighten up this deficit. Defensively, the Wildcats have struggled tonight, giving up some big plays here against Loretto. So now the Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. Barrett Gallion is the fullback in the offset eye with Castleman as the tailback. Jacob Floyd, he barks out a signal to try to get him to draw off sides, and he handed the ball to Caden Castleman, who's going to power over the right-hand side. He's going to carry the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line, where it is now going to be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Waynesboro moved the ball down. A great run there. He got a good block in front, and that's just good, hard running by Castleman, powering the ball all the way down. They're actually going to mark it down at the 2. So that's going to be an 11-yard run for Caden, and that's going to set up 1st and goal at the 2 yard line. We got to get this ball in the end zone, Wayne County Wildcat fans. We've got to get it in. Floyd under center. He's going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off to Castleman once again, who's going to power right up the middle, and he is going to get just enough to break the plane and get the ball into the end zone. So a 2 yard touchdown run, and that's going to close the gap on the scoreboard here, 20 to 12. Now your Wildcats are going to line up to go for two to see if they can cut it down to a 6-point lead, a 6-point deficit rather, here with 5:13 remaining in the second quarter of action. Wildcats have had a great season, thus they got the right to host this championship game tonight. Power I formation, Gallion in the fullback, Castleman is the deep set in the tailback formation. And the handoff is going to go once again to Castleman, this time over the left on the two-point conversion attempt. He's going to blow it over the left-hand side, and he's going to take it in for the two-point conversion. And so now with 5:13 left to play here in the first half of action, your score, Wayne County 14, Loretto Mustangs 20. We'll be back with more second quarter action here.
Completely free, and there will
Middle school championship game after a few words from our sponsors here on WCHS Sports.
There are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Wildcat fans, welcome back as the Wildcats get set to kick off. Ashton Odell to handle the kickoff duties for the Wildcats. And Wildcats have just scored to make it 20-14. They're closing the gap on Loretto, and they're going to have to give the ball back here. Going to be a low kick on the ground. That ball is live. That ball is loose. And Loretto able to track back and fall on it. Aaron Workman falling down on the ball to recover it. That was a live ball. That was a really well executed. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just something gone awry, but Ashton blew the ball down there, and you know, hey, that was a live ball all the way back. But now they're going to spot the ball. Looks like at the 24-yard line. That's where Loretto is going to take over for their next possession. So far tonight, the Wildcat defense has had no answer for this Mustang offense. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, a 59-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Ben Lyles, a 59-yard touchdown run by Caden Hagan, and then a 56-yard touchdown pass to score it. Hagan going to carry the ball over the left-hand side, and this time they absolutely gang tackled him in the backfield. That's going to back up, golly, they're going to take him all the way back to about the 17-yard line. So a loss of 7 on the play before Caden finally brought him down. Caden Castleman making the play there. But now there were 4 or 5 black jerseys in the backfield, and before Caden finally finished him off. So second down and 17 for the Mustangs here as the Wildcat defense finally shows a little bit of life here in the second quarter of action. Mustangs are going to show a spread offensive formation. There's 2 receivers split left, 1 receiver split wide to the right, and we've got a flag down on the play, and it is going to be an offsides call against your Wildcats. So second penalty rather of the game tonight against the Wildcats. They had a false start earlier in the game. Now the offsides. Actually, I'm sorry, that's their 3rd penalty of the game because they did have the 2 false starts earlier and the offsides play. So now that's going to put the Mustangs back in position to shorten it up. 2nd and 12. They're still facing a deficit, but it's not quite as deep of a hole to climb out of. Spread formation for the Mustangs. 2 receivers split to the left, 1 right. Ben Lyle is going to keep the ball, and he is going to get buried right there. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So they're going to keep the ball there at the 22-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for the Mustangs. Caleb Duggar making a big hit right there on the quarterback keeper. He faked the ball off and was trying to catch him sleeping, seeing if he could get him on that play. But no gain on that as Caleb Duggar was absolutely not fooled, and he powered the quarterback down and brought him down right there at the line of scrimmage. So now it's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Mustangs. This is a great opportunity for the Wildcats to try to get off the field. But now they've got to be alert. The Mustangs have shown they've got a quarterback back there that if you can give him some time, he's got a propensity to throw the ball. But it's going to be a timeout now, and so the timeout being taken by Loretto, their second timeout of the half. And so with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the first half of action, we're going to be back after this timeout and a few words from our sponsors right here on WCHS Sports.
And there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Wildcat fans, we are back here on WCHS Sports. I want to thank you for joining us here tonight for this Tri-County Middle School Championship game. Wildcats trail the Loretto Mustangs 20-14 with 3:13 left to play here in the first half of action. Remind you that the Wildcats did win the coin toss. They deferred their option of the second half, so the Wildcats will begin possession of the second half with possession of the ball. It looks like after a little consultation of their timeout, they did mark the ball back at the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 14 that Loretto is facing here on this critical third down play. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, and it looks like he's looking to throw. He had a guy right there at the sticks. Number 7, Elijah Chapman, was there, and he hit him right there in stride, but he's not able to hold on to the ball. And so the Wildcats are very fortunate that he didn't catch that, because if he'd caught that ball, he only had one guy to beat. And so instead of a first down, that's going to bring up 4th down for Loretto. And so the Mustangs are going to have to punt. They're going to give the ball back to the Wildcats here with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the first half of action. If the Wildcats are able to convert this and get down and score, then they start possession of the second half. Start the second half with possession. We could see this game turn on its ear very, very quickly for Wayne County. Kickoff is going to roll, the punt rather, going to roll dead down at about the 46-yard line, and so the Wildcats are going to take over with 3:01 left to play here in the first half. Ball spotted at their own 46, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. This has been an absolute dogfight here in this first half of action, as the Wildcat defense finally kind of woke up there a little bit on that possession. A couple of really good plays there, but I'll tell you, they got very fortunate that they the receiver dropped that pass there on that last play. Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. They've got one receiver split to either side of the field, and then Avery Vaughn in the slot. Gallion goes in motion. This is going to be Jake and Floyd on a design quarterback run all the way. He's going to carry the ball down to about the 50-yard line. So that's going to be about a 6-yard gain for Jakin, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Clock running now inside of 3 minutes. Remember, your Wildcats do have 2 timeouts in their hip pocket that they can use here on this drive. I know that Coach Gallion would love to take this thing down and get his team into the end zone to tie this thing up, or maybe even take the lead going into the half. And then the Wildcats again start possession the second half. So Avery Vaughn comes in motion from the right to the left, and he's going to take the ball over the right-hand side. He slips a tackle, and he's got one man to beat. He gets caught up there, and it looks like he's going to be brought down at about the 35-yard line. That's going to be a 15-yard run for Avery Vaughn over the right-hand side. We do have a marker down back at the 45-yard line. Let's take a look and see what the marker is here on this. It looks like it is going to go against the Wildcats. They're going to call a holding play, a hold on the Wildcats back at the 45. That's going to back them up about 10 yards from that spot, and so they're going to move the ball back down to the back inside Mustang territory. So a block in the back against Wayne County is going to take what should have been about a 15-yard gain, and it's going to back it back up to the 45-yard line, where it's now going to be 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats. Boy, that's a backbreaker right there. Hey, pardon the pun, blocking the back, but that right there hurts. You have a good, big, explosive run where Avery was able to get down there and really picked up some momentum moving forward. And then that illegal block going to bring the ball all the way back. And so now it looks like he's going to come in motion again. Floyd in the shotgun. He comes in and he's going to break back out. Jakin fakes it to him over that side, and then he brings it back to the right, throws the ball down the line to Caden Castleman, where he's going to catch the ball, and he's going to take it down close to midfield. It looks like they're going to mark him down. They're actually going to say he went out of bounds right about the 48-yard line, or he was brought down at the 48-yard line. So about a 3-yard gain for the Wildcats there. And so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line. The Wildcats are going to need the 45 to get the first down. Clock running down inside of close to 1 minute. We're inside of the 1:15 mark. Jakin Floyd in the shotgun. He's got running backs flanked to either side. He's going to bring a man in motion. He's going to take the snap. This time he's going to fake the handoff. No, he doesn't fake it. He handed the ball to Avery. Avery running right down the line. He's going to be brought back down for about a 2-yard loss. That's going to bring the ball back down to the 46-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for the Wildcats. And so now the Coach Gallian's got a decision to make here. The clock running. We're going to get down inside of 30 seconds here before he has to snap the ball. I believe it looks like he's going to take this thing all the way down and take the timeout here to make a decision. He's going to roll the ball down, and we're down inside of 20 seconds now. Just waiting for the official to make the call. He's got his hand up in the air. And there it is. So with 11 seconds left to play here in this first half of action, Wildcats take their second time out of the game, trailing 20-14. And we'll come back. When we come back, it'll be 4th and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 48 with 11 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll be back right after a few words from our sponsors here on WCHS Sports.
Completely free, and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Wildcat fans, we're back here on WCHS Sports. Wayne County Middle School Wildcats trailing the Loretto Mustangs 20-14. It is 4th down and 10 to go, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to show a punt formation here. Avery Vaughn back deep to punt for the Wildcats, back deep for the Mustangs, number 12, Ben Lyles. Avery is going to take the snap. He's going to punt the ball away. It's going to be a decent punt. And it looks like it's going to roll down where it's going to fall dead. It looks like they're going to mark it down inside the 25, but that is going to roll the last seconds off of the clock here at the end of the first half. So with 1 half in the books here in the Tri-County Championship game, your Wildcats trail 14-20 against the Loretto Middle School Mustangs. We'll be back here for second half action. We'll have some stats for you here in just a few moments right here on WCHS Sport. Okay. Whoa, I'm sorry. Correct that. Scratch that. They did blow the whistle dead, but they're going to put 1 second back on the clock. And so Loretto is going to have possession of the ball with 1 second to play here in the first half. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. So that's going to be about a 39-yard punt for Avery Vaughn. I believe that's his first punt of the season. As Wildcats haven't had to punt a whole lot this year. And we got a timeout here on the field. So the Wildcats going to take a timeout. And so now, again, 1 second left to play here in the half. We'll be back for this final play of the first half right after a few words from our sponsors here on WCHS Sports.
For making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, at this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, WCHS sports fans, we're back here at Guy Buchanan Stadium. Wildcats trail 20-14 against Loretto Middle School Mustangs here in the Tri-County Championship game. We got 1 second left to play here in the first half of action as the Wildcats had to punt the ball. Ball spotted at about the 19-yard line. And so Loretto going to have one play here. Quarterback takes the snap. He's going to keep the ball. He's going to power ahead and look like when the defenders closed in on him, he took a knee. And so that right there is going to give it up, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So after one half of action here in the Tri-County Championship game, your Wayne County Middle School Wildcats trail 20-14 against Loretto Middle School Mustangs. We will be back with second half action, and I'll have stats here for you in just a few minutes right here on WCHS Sports.
And PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Now please enjoy the rest of the game. At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution.
All right, Wildcat fans, we got some first half stats here for you. At the end of right here at the halftime with about 7.5 minutes remaining in the halftime period. Wildcats trail 20-14 against Loretto Mustangs here in the Tri-County Middle School Championship game. Wildcats were led in the first half by Caden Castleman, who carried the ball 11 times for 75 yards, along with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. He also caught one pass for 3 yards in the first half. Avery Vaughn carried the ball 3 times. He only gained 1 yard on the ground, but he also scored on that 72-yard kickoff return to open up the scoring for the Wildcats here in the game. Jacob Floyd carried the ball 3 times for 4 yards. He also completed 1 pass for 3 yards in the first half. The Wildcats also committed 1 turnover in the first half of action. For Loretto, Ben Lyles has led the way passing for the Mustangs. He is 1 for 2 for 56 yards and a touchdown in the first half. He's also carried the ball 3 times for 59 yards and a touchdown. And then Caden Hagan has been the leading rusher for Loretto. He's carried the ball 5 times for 63 yards and a touchdown. He's also converted a 2-point conversion in the first half. And then Elijah Chapman had that 1 catch in the first half for a 56-yard touchdown. So Loretto leading here at the half, 20-14. Reminds you, we'll be back for second half action here in just a few minutes, where the Wildcats, after winning the coin toss, deferred their option to take over the second half. So they'll begin the second half with possession of the game, trailing by 6. And we're going to hope and pray that the Wildcats are able to pull this thing together defensively and get some stuff going offensively to try to turn this game around as they trail here 20-14 at the end of the first half. We'll be back for second half action right here in just a few minutes here on WCHS Sports. Welcome back, Wildcat fans. We're here for second half action here on the Tri-County Middle School Championship game. Wayne County trails 20-14 against the Loretto Middle School Mustangs here at Guy Buchanan Stadium. This is the championship game here tonight for the middle school county, and so want to thank you for joining us here. Wildcats have had a very successful season, 7-1 on the year, just a one loss in the second week of the season against Decatur County before they ripped off six in a row to finish out the year. Now we're in our second game tonight against Loretto Middle School Mustangs, and so. Mustangs leading 20-14 here at the start of the second half. Your Wildcats are going to begin the half with a possession, and so Elijah Chapman to kick off. For the Mustangs, back deep to receive is number 12, Avery Vaughn. Vaughn has already carried the ball for a 72-yard kickoff touchdown return, and so you got to think they're going to try to keep it away from him. They're going to keep it on the ground where it's going to be collected at about the 44-yard line by the Wildcats. Jason Skelton falling on the ball there. And so now the Wildcats are going to take over. 1st and 10 at their own 44. They trail 20-14 here at the start of the second half. You got to think, Wildcat fans, this is going to be a pivotal possession for the Wildcats, as the Wildcats need to go down and score here to tie this game up, or possibly even go in and take the lead here in this third quarter of action. We still got a lot of football left to play, but you got to think this is a critical possession for the Wildcats. Wildcats come to the line. Floyd's going to go under center. He's got two men in the backfield in an I formation. He's going to hand the ball off. This time the tailback is going to be number 12, Avery Vaughn, it looks like. Vaughn's going to power ahead. Actually, I'm sorry, that is Caden Castleman. Castleman carries the ball ahead for about a 3-yard gain, moving the ball from the 44 down to the 47. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats. Castleman really led the way for the Wildcats there in the first half. He carried the ball 11 times for 75 yards, scored a touchdown, and had a 2-point conversion attempt. He also made a couple of big plays on defense there at the end of the first half for the Wildcats. So Caden having himself a decent little ball game tonight. Floyd once again in the shot and the under center. Castleman the deep setback. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to break it over the right-hand side, powering down close to the marker. There it looks like they're going to mark him there at about the 47-yard line, moving the ball into Mustang territory. He's going to be short by about 1 yard, so a 6-yard gain there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats. They need the 46-yard line to move the chains and get the first down. Wildcats bring the huddle. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage. This time, Avery Vaughn is going to be the deep setback with Castleman as the fullback in the power offset I formation. Jake and Floyd once again lining up under center. This is just good old-fashioned dirty football right here. Man on man. Castleman takes it over the right-hand side from the fullback position. He's going to power the ball down close to about the 35-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down as he moves the ball down inside the 35 down to about the 33. That's going to take the ball, and it's going to be a good run for Castleman. He needed the 46. He got the 33, so that's going to be a 14-yard gain for Caden here as we open up this second half of action. Ball now inside the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. Clock running. Actually, the clock has stopped as he went out of bounds there on that play. So 6:25 left to play here in the third quarter of action. Wildcats move the chains and maintain possession. Jake and Floyd brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's in the shotgun with running backs to either side. He's going to send a man in motion over the left. This time the handoff is going to go over the left-hand side. Avery Vaughn carries the ball over the left. He's got some speed on the outside. He's going to break it out on the sweep, and he's going to carry the ball down inside the 30. Looks like they're going to give him, let me see where they're going to mark him, about a 7-yard gain there for Avery as he carries the ball down to the Let me see. They needed the 22. He would have gotten the 25. So a 7-yard gain for Avery there on first down. And so that's going to bring up second down and 3 for the Wildcats. This is the kind of drive so far that we were hoping that we would see out of the Wildcats to start the second half of action. Just powering, punishing football as they've powered and moved the ball down the field. Barry Gallion now going to be the deep set tailback with Castleman in the fullback position in front of him. Floyd under center. He's going to take the snap. He fakes the ball to Castleman right out of the fullback position. He's going to keep it himself on a design run all the way. But he's going to be tracked down in the backfield for a loss of about a yard on the play. So that's going to bring up a third down and 4 for the Wildcats, as that's going to move them backwards to about the 24-yard line. So they're actually going to mark it back to the 25. So that's going to be a 2-yard loss, and that's going to bring it back to third down and 5 for the Wildcats. Wildcats are going to need the 22-yard line. That got them down to the 27. So we need 5 yards here to move the chains and continue to keep this drive alive. It's been all running so far on this drive. As a matter of fact, tonight we've only thrown the ball one time. Floyd takes the handoff. He's going to hand it to Castleman over the left-hand side. He's fighting and clawing and powering ahead, and he's going to move the ball down inside the 20 for a first down. Looks like they're going to spot the ball right at the 20-yard line. So that's going to be a 7-yard gain for Caden. He needed 5. He got the ball down to the 20, and that's going to move the chains and set the ball first and 10 at the 20-yard line. Knew this was going to be a hard-fought game for the Wildcats. I was talking with Wildcat superfan Ralph Hughes just the other day about this game. And, you know, whenever you're playing a team for the second time, it's hard to beat one team 2 times in the same season. Floyd takes the ball, and he's going to hand it once again over the left-hand side to Castleman. Castleman looks like he's running with some fire now here in this second half. He is powering and breaking tackles, and he's powered the ball down inside the 20. He looks like he gained for about 5 yards there, moved the ball down to the 15. So a 5-yard gain for Caden on that run. And this one has been pretty well, mostly Caden Castleman tonight, especially on this drive. He's carried the ball 5 of the 7 plays on this drive. The Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. He's got a receiver split wide to the left. And he's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Castleman once again over the right-hand side. He breaks the tackle, spins forward, and he's going to bring the ball down close to the sticks as he gets very close to the marker. They're going to mark him down. The Mustangs come up with the ball in their hands. They're trying to say that he fumbled and that they recovered the ball, but they marked that Caden was down before the ball came loose. And so that's going to mark him down there at the 21-yard line. So a 4-yard gain there is going to bring up 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at the 11. We need the 10-yard line to move the sticks and keep this drive alive. This has been a good power football methodical drive that the Wildcats have put together here to open up the second half of action. We need the score here. We've got a powerful formation here, I formation with an offset I. Castleman at the fullback position is going to take the handoff. He is going to power down inside the 10. He's actually going to power it all the way down inside the 5. Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 3-yard line. That's going to be an 8-yard gain for Castleman, but that's going to be good enough for a first down, and it's going to be first and goal for the Wildcats down inside the 10-yard line for sure. Let's take a look and see exactly where they're going to mark it. Looks like the 4-yard line is where they're going to put it. So that's going to be first and goal for the Wildcats from the 4. We got to be able to punch this in right here to tie this game up and try to take the lead. Castleman once again going to take the handoff. And he's going to power ahead. The Mustangs coming out saying they've got the ball, and the officials concur. Caden carried the ball. He was powering down inside, but the ball came loose, and so the Mustangs fall on the ball. And so after what looks like a very promising drive, the Wildcats going to commit their second turnover of the game, and so Loretto is going to take over first and 10 with the ball at their own 4-yard line after that turnover. Not a wow. I mean, that was the kind of drive that you dream of when you're coming out to start the second half of a game. Methodical drive, about 5 minutes off the clock, just powered the ball right down the field. Really, just inflicted your will. Offensive line pushing well, running back running hard, but not able to punch it in, and instead commit the turnover. So now quarterback Ben Giles going to keep the ball over the right-hand side. He's trying to get ahead. We got some flags down on the field as he is running forward. He's fighting hard to try to get there, and the Wildcats gang tackling him there after what would be about a 12 or a 13-yard gain. But we've got flags back at the line of scrimmage. Got to think this is probably going to be a hold against the Mustangs. I know I saw at least one myself from up here in the press box. So you got to think that the officials should have seen it for sure. And so now they are conferring to try to figure out how to assess this penalty. And it is going to be a hold against Loretto. So with the ball inside the 10-yard line, that's going to back it up half the distance to the goal. So that's going to bring the ball back to the 2-yard line, where it's going to be first down again for Loretto, 1st and 12 for the Mustangs. Wildcat defensively are going to need to step up and bow up and show up here on this possession to try to get the ball back for their offense here in order to maintain the momentum that they established on that opening possession here of the second half. Quarterback Ben Lyles for the Mustangs in a shotgun formation. He claps. They snap the ball. He's going to hand the ball off to Caden Hagan. Hagan right up the middle. He breaks the tackle, and he is off. It's going to be our foot race. He's carrying the ball down to the 40, down to the 30, down to the 20. He's at the 10. He's stumbling, and he falls down. Let's take a look and see where they're going to mark him. He had it. He was trying to outrun a defender to take the ball into the end zone. It looks like the turf got a hold of him there before he was able to take it down, where he just tripped and fell to the ground. And now it looks like that young man is in a little bit of pain as he's getting ready to hobble over to the sideline. But that's a big explosive play for Loretto right here. Oh my goodness gracious. If you are the Wildcats, that right there has to be a little bit disheartening. You drove the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line, had a chance to score and tie the game up, possibly take the lead. Instead, now they flip the field, and it's no, that's more than 80, John. They're down to the 1-yard line. They're on the 1, so that's a 97-yard run. And it's going to be 1st and goal with the ball at the 1-yard line. The Wildcats need to bow up here and try to get a stop and prevent this score. The handoff this time going to go to number 7. That's Elijah Chapman. He carries the ball over the left, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss on the play. Not only a loss, but a pretty big loss. That's going to back him up to about the 5-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and goal after that loss on the play. So the Wildcat defense does their job on that play, back them up to about the 5-yard line. The clock's running now. We're down to about 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Wildcats trail 20-14 against Loretto, but Loretto is once again threatening down inside the red zone after a field flipping run. 97 yards there by Caden Hagan before he came out of the game. We don't want anybody to be hurt. Hopefully that young man is okay. Snap once again goes, and this time Elijah Chapman on the run over the right-hand side. He's going to carry it out there. It looks like he got awful close to stepping out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him. Looks like he is going to carry the ball forward for a short gain before he went out of bounds. Looks like the Camden Ray forced him out of bounds there after a very, very short game, maybe a yard or two on the run. It's going to move the ball down to about the 3-yard line where it's going to be 3rd and goal. Wildcat defense is going to have to step up here and really force keep them out of the end zone here to try to maintain this as a 1-score game. We got a minute and a half left to play here in the third quarter of action. Wildcats trail 20-14. They really can't afford to fall behind by another touchdown at this point. And so we do see Caden Hagan back in the game for Loretto. So thankfully it looks like whatever he had was just a minor thing. The handoff faked, and Ben Lyles, quarterback for the Mustangs, is going to keep the ball all the way. He fakes it to Hagan over the left-hand side, and he carries it over the right-hand side for his second touchdown run of the game, 3 yards out. So that's going to make the score 26-14. Wildcats trail with 1:28 left to play here in the third quarter of action. Loretto now going to line up for a 2-point conversion attempt. Loretto comes to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Ben Lyles in the shotgun with Caden Hagan to his right. He's clapping, and looks like they're going to snap the ball. This time the handoff is going to fake once again to Hagan over the left-hand side. Lyles is going to keep it himself, but he is going to be kept out of the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is no good. So now with 1:28 left to play here in the third quarter, the Mustangs have spread their lead out to 26-14. Wildcats are going to have to find an answer here at the end of the third quarter if they want to try to claw back into this game. And so we'll be back with more action here in the second half right after a few words from our sponsors here on WCHS Sports.
My Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, here on WCHS Sports. We're here tonight for the Tri-County Middle School Championship game. Wildcats trail the Loretto Middle School Mustangs by a score 26-14. Really, you got to hope that at this point in time the Wildcats are able to keep their heads up and keep fighting forward. They started that possession, that second half, about as good as you could hope. I mean, they just ran the ball right down the middle of the field, got down into the red zone, unfortunately turned the ball over. Vaughn going to take the kickoff right up the middle, and oh man, he slips over the left-hand side right there at about the 35-yard line. So that's where the Wildcats are going to take the Mustang kickoff, and they're going to take over for their second possession here in the second half right there at the 35-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. For the Wildcats. Actually, they're going to mark him down at about the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 34. You're now trailing by 2 scores here in this game. So now the clock becomes a little bit of a factor. Neither team is taking a timeout here in the second half, but we've only got 9.5 minutes left to play here in this game tonight. So the Wildcats definitely are going to have to put something together and try to convert a score here on this drive. Floyd in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand the ball over the left-hand side to Avery Vaughn, who is wrapped up in the backfield, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage for about a 2-yard loss. That's going to back the ball up, it looks like, to about the 32-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Wildcats. Let's give Loretto a little bit of credit here. That defender, number 10, that's Saber Franklin, he just came slicing through. Nobody had a chance to block him at all whatsoever. And as Avery was trying to get going over the left-hand side, he just grabbed him and slung him down to the ground. So give credit where credit's due. He made a great play, was in good position, and got where he needed to be. Offset I formation behind quarterback Jacob Floyd. He's going to fake it this time to Castleman. He's rolling to the right. He was looking for Avery Vaughn out there in the flat, but the ball falls incomplete. So that incomplete pass is going to bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats. It's going to be 3rd and 12. That was a well-designed play as Caden has carried the ball well for the Wildcats tonight. In fact, he's been the primary ball carrier this evening and has done pretty well for the Wildcats tonight. So you get the play fake going to the left, roll the quarterback back to the right. He had Avery there in the flat, and if Avery makes that catch, I believe he might still be running at this point. So, that was a really good play design, just not able to execute the way you needed to. So now 3rd down and 12. Ball at the 32-yard line. They're going to fake They're going to fake the reverse once again. Caden's going to keep it over the right-hand side, and he is going to be brought down. I'm not sure he got even back to the line of scrimmage. Where are they going to mark him here? Looks like they are going to give him the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play. That again, another well-designed play is the Wildcats showed that reverse formation. They've run that reverse effectively all season, but this time Caden took the handoff and kept it himself. So no gain on the run, and so now at the end of 3, your Wildcats trail 26-14 against Loretto Mustangs here in this championship game. And when we come back to start the 4th quarter, it's still going to be Wildcats ball, but they're facing 4th and 13, trailing by 2 scores here at the start of the 4th quarter. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right here on WCHS Sports.
This video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, WCHS Sports fans. We're here for 4th quarter action in the Tri-County Middle School Championship game. Wildcats trail by a score of 26-14 here at the start of the 4th quarter. It is 4th and 13. Ball at their own 31-yard line. Wildcats have to go for it here. Jacob Floyd takes the snap. He fakes the ball to Avery Vaughn. He's looking down the middle, and he has a receiver where he hit the receiver, but then the pass is broken up. Would have been good enough for a first down, but not able to haul in the pass. He had the receiver there, and the pass was broken up there by Ben Lyles on the other end for Loretto. So, wow, just another great play design where the Wildcats had a good play called. They had a good setup there. They should have converted the first down, but the safety there for Loretto makes a great play to break up that pass. And so now Loretto is going to take over at the Wildcat 31-yard line, 1st and 10. They're leading by 12 points here with 7:55 left to play in this championship game. Mustangs come to the line of scrimmage. They've got 2 receivers stacked to the left, 1 receiver split out wide to the right. Quarterback takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Caden Hagan, who's going to carry the ball right over the middle. He gets a good block. He hurdles the defender, and he's going to carry the ball 31 yards for another Mustang touchdown. So that's a touchdown run by Caden Hagan. Another good run by him. He got a good block by his center and his guard sailing off there. He had one guy that he had to jump over. He made that hurdle, and then he just ran it all the way to the end zone. And so that's going to extend the lead for Loretto here in the 4th quarter of action. Wildcats trail now by a score of 14-32, and Loretto is going to line up to go for the 2-point conversion. Loretto has quarterback lined up in a shotgun formation. He claps his hands. He's going to try to draw them and see what they're doing. He takes the snap. He hands the ball off to the running back, and it looks like he's going to be shut down short of the 2-point conversion. So the 2-point is no good. So now with 7:47 left to play in the game, Wildcats trail by a score of 32-14. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action here in the Tri-County Middle School Championship game after a few words from our sponsors here on WCHS Sports.
And there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans. We're here on WCHS Sports for your Tri-County Middle School Championship game, where your Wildcats trail the Loretto Mustangs by a score of 32-14 with 7:47 left to play here in the football game. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. Back deep to receive the kickoff for the Wildcats, number 3, Jason Skelton, number 12, Avery Vaughn. And we'll take a look and see what the Wildcats are able to do. 18-point game, it's not an insurmountable lead at this point, but you got to think the Wildcats have to make something happen here, and they cannot have any wasted possessions here for the remainder of the game if they're going to have any chance at all whatsoever of coming back in this one. Wildcats had a great drive to start the second half. They were trailing by 6, just ran the ball all the way down the field, got inside the 5-yard line, had a chance to score to tie it up, possibly even take the lead, turned the ball over there, and then on the very next play, the Mustangs went 97 yards, flipped the field down to the other end. A few plays later, they punched it in to extend the lead, and you gotta wonder whether or not that was a backbreaker for this Wildcat team. Jacob Floyd takes the handoff. He's going to hand the ball off to Caden Castleman, who's going to carry the ball over the left-hand side. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play for Castleman. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. And they're actually going to say, are they going to say he fumbled the ball? Let's take a look. Do we have a replay of that? We don't have a replay, okay. But they are going to say that he fumbled the ball and gave it up, and that Loretto recovered. So another turnover for the Wildcats. That's 3 turnovers tonight for the Wildcats. That's impossible to overcome. It's really hard. It's really hard to overcome turnovers. You got to hold on to the ball security, and that has been a hard one for the Wildcats tonight. I didn't see it there. It looked to me like he was down before that ball came out. I don't know that he fumbled there. That's a crazy call there by the officials. And so now Wayne County going to take their first time out of the half. So with 7:28 left to play here in the fourth quarter of action, Wildcats take a timeout. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right here on WCHS Sports.
For you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Wildcat fans, we've been taking a look at that turnover here during this break of the timeout. It's really hard to say. It looked to me like Caden was down with the ball before the ball came loose or before the defender took the ball away from him. But regardless of what we think or how we feel about it, They're saying on the field that he fumbled the ball and that's going to be a turnover against the Wildcats. So Loretto taking the ball over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Number 7 taking the ball over the left-hand side on a sweep reverse play, and he's going to run the ball over the left-hand side before he steps out of bounds, powering the ball down to about the 45-yard line. That's going to be about a 7-yard gain, but we do have a flag down on the play. Let's take a look and see what this marker would be right here. The marker hit the ground right there at the 45-yard line, which was the end of the run. So not necessarily back where you would expect to see in the holding zone, and the officials are conferring. We're going to take a look and see what the call here is. I'm not sure that they know what the call is with this kind of a conference. I don't know what they're talking about. Looking to the sideline now to see what needs to take place. I don't know if they're trying to communicate to see if the penalty wants to be declined or accepted. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. So we're just going to wait and take a look and see. They are marking the ball backwards, and now here it comes. We've got a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, personal foul against the Mustangs. So the 7-yard run is going to stand for Chapman. And everything. But then after the play is over with, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Loretto. That's going to back them up there, and it's going to take the ball all the way back to the 41-yard line, where it's now going to be 1st down and 25 for Loretto here. Actually, I don't think that's right. I think it's going to be closer to 1st and 20. Where the Mustangs are going to have the ball there at their own 41-yard line. They need the 39-yard line on the other side of the field. So 1st and 22, by my calculations, is what we're looking at here. Wildcats are definitely going to have to stand up and try to make a play here and try to get the ball back. We need a turnover here in the worst way possible, but you got to think at this point in time, with the clock running inside of 7 minutes, Loretto's just going to keep this ball on the ground. I don't think we're going to see them air it out at all. Ben Lyles keeping the ball on the quarterback keeper. He's going to break a tackle in the backfield, spread out over the right-hand side, and he's going to fight ahead down back inside of Mustang territory, or Wildcat territory rather, where he's going to carry the ball down close to the 45-yard line. Now we have an official timeout on the field as we have a Wildcat down on the far side of the football field. Looks like that's Stan Ullman down. Hate to see a kid get hurt. Hopefully this is not going to be anything too serious. We're going to take a timeout here for this injury. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right here on WCHS Sports.
And there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans. We're back here for fourth quarter action here on WCHS Sports, the Tri-County Middle School championship game. We actually had 2 Wildcat players down at the end of that play. Stan Ullman able to get up and walk off the field under his own power. Jakin Floyd also was banged up, it looks like, on that play. He limped across the field. It looks like favoring that left ankle a little bit. Hopefully, both of those young men are okay. Loretto has the ball leading 32-14 here in the fourth quarter as they take over 3rd down and 7, rather 2nd and 7 for Loretto. No, it should be 3rd and 7 at the 46-yard line. They need the 39 to move the chains and get a first down. They're letting the clock run down, trying to bleed this thing out and shorten this game. The handoff goes to number 1, Caden Hagan. He's going to power the ball ahead down to about the 42-yard line, and it is going to be brought down there by a host of Wildcat players. And so now Caleb Duggar credited with that tackle. So a 4-yard gain for the Mustangs. And so the Wildcats are going to take their second time out here of the half with 5:58 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Wildcats take their second time out. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right here on WCHS Sports.
This live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, Wildcat fans, welcome back to WCHS Sports. It's now 4th down and 4. The ball is inside at about the 44-yard line. The Mustangs need the 39 to keep this drive alive. So the Wildcats defense need to really bow up here. You got to be careful not to jump off sides. You got to think they're going to try to possibly draw them off sides here with a hard count. And he claps and hands the ball off to Caden Hagan, the tailback. He's going to power ahead. They're trying to push the pile. I don't think he's going to get there. They're going to mark him at about the 41-yard line. So he's going to be short of the line to gain. He needed 4. He got 2. And so that's going to turn the ball over on downs where the Wildcats are now going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. 5:51 left to play here in the football game. Wildcats trail 32-14. So if the Wildcats are going to have any chance at all whatsoever of coming back in this football game, they're going to have to make something happen right here on this possession. It is good to see quarterback Jacob Floyd went back out onto the field with his offense after he limped off just a couple plays ago. He is back out there with his offensive unit in the huddle. And they're now going to break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Down by about 3 scores here with less than 6 minutes to play. You got to start thinking that the Wildcats might have to think about putting this ball in the air a little bit. He's going to fake the handoff. There is somebody coming loose on that blitz on the left-hand side. Jakin rolls it out. He moves it to the left. And he carries it over the left-hand side where it looks like he's going to be close to going out of bounds. They do keep the clock running. No, I'm sorry, now they have stopped the clock. So it looks like he did go out of bounds after about a 1-yard gain. And so 1 yard moves the ball down to actually, they're going to say it's a 1-yard loss. He went backwards a little bit, so that's going to put the ball back at the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats. 5:39 left to play here in this contest. We got trips set up on the near side, bunched on the right-hand side. Avery Vaughn comes in motion. He's going to take the handoff over the right-hand side. Avery's got a hole. He's got a bunch back in the middle. He's going to get back to the inside. It's going to be a foot race at this point, folks. Let's see where Avery goes. He's taking it down. He's going to go all the way for a 60-yard touchdown run. There's Avery Vaughn, the Vaughn that we've been waiting for all night long. He's going to take that sweep. He broke it over the right-hand side. He got a good block. He sealed it, brought it back inside there, and from there, it was just a foot race. Avery outran the defense on that 60-yard touchdown run, and that right there brings the crowd back into it. It brings the team back into it. So now the Wildcats have an opportunity here. If they're able to convert this 2-point conversion, it brings it down to a 10-point football game, and so now that puts the onus back on the defense to try to stop him and get the ball back. But let's take a look and see what the Wildcats are able to do here on this 2-point conversion attempt. Jacob Floyd in at the quarterback. He's got Avery Vaughn in the tailback position. He fumbles the snap and has no choice but just to fall on it. So the 2-point conversion is no good. So now, with 5:26 left to play here in the football game, we got a 12-point game. Wildcats still trail, but now it's 32-20, and we will be back with more fourth quarter action here in the Tri-County Championship game after just a few words from our sponsors. We want to thank you for joining us right here on WCHS Sports.
If you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to Wildcat football here on WCHS Sports. Wildcats have just scored on a 60-yard touchdown run by Avery Vaughn, and so now the Wildcats line up to kick the ball off. Got to be thinking there's got to be an onside attempt here coming for the Wildcats as we still trail by 2 scores. The ball's down on the ground. It's loose. Let's take a look. It looks like the Wildcats got the ball. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, they're actually going to say that the Mustangs recovered that football. So the ball, he kicked that ball and it hit the receiver, but bounced right off of him, bounced forward about 3 or 4 yards, where it looked to me like a black jersey fell on top of it. But now the officials are saying that Loretto did indeed fall on the ball and recover the onside kick attempt. So now 5:24 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 32-20 is your score. Wildcats trail by 2 scores here late in the game. They have used 2 timeouts here in the fourth quarter. So the Wildcats only have 1 timeout remaining here. They're only going to be able to stop the clock 1 more time. We got to have a turnover here to try to get the ball back in possession once again if we're going to have any chance of getting back into this game. Caden Hagan carries the ball right up the middle. He's going to power ahead for what looks to be about a 3 or a 4 yard gain as he carries the ball down to the 45-yard line. So that's going to bring up second down and looks like 2nd and 6. So they're going to give him credit for a 4-yard gain there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs, 2nd and 7 rather for the Mustangs. More importantly, though, he kept the ball right in the middle of the field, so the clock is still running with 4:50 left to play here in the football game. Loretto breaks the huddle. They bring their team up to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Ben Lyles has 2 receivers split out wide to the right-hand side, 1 receiver split to the left. No chance this ball's going in the air. This is going to be a running play all the way. Hagan takes the handoff. He's going to fall ahead for a short 1-yard gain, maybe a yard, as he carries the ball. And no, they're actually going to say no gain at all. He's going to carry the ball right back to the 45-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for Loretto, but more importantly for the Mustangs, the clock is running. The Wildcats rather only have 1 timeout in their hip pocket, and so the clock is going to be inside of 4 minutes to play once this next snap takes place. We're down inside of 4 minutes now. Wildcats still trail by 2 scores. This is one of those situations where we've got to get the ball back if we're going to have any chance at all whatsoever of trying to score and getting back in this game. Fake handoff goes to the running back, and Ben Lyles, the quarterback, going to keep the ball. He's going to run ahead, and he's going to fall down to about the 40-yard line. So that's actually going to be a 5-yard gain for the quarterback there for Loretto. It's going to move the ball down to the 40, where it's going to be 4th down and 2 to go. For Loretto, they're going to run the clock down, and once again, this is going to be one of those situations where they're going to run it all the way down. Probably going to see them take a timeout here as the clock is going to bleed off as much as they possibly can before they take this timeout and then decide what they want to do on 4th down. Got to think here at this situation, leading by 2 scores here at this juncture of the game, we're probably going to see a punt here. So we do take it down to 3:01. 3:01 left to play here in the ball game. Loretto takes their first time out here of the second half, and so with 3:01 left to play, Wildcats trail 20-32. It's going to be 4th and 1 for the Mustangs when we come back after this timeout break here on WCHS Sports.
Take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans. We're here on WCHS Sports. 3 minutes and 1 second left to play here in the Tri-County Middle School Championship game. It is 4th down and a long one for Loretto here. Ball spotted at the Wildcat 40. It looks like they got their offense on the field. They're going to try to draw the Wildcats off sides, and they did it. He hard snap, and that's going to bring the Wildcat defender off sides. That's going to give them a free 5 yards for the Mustangs, and that's going to move the chains down to the 35-yard line. But more importantly, it's going to reset the first down marker, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Loretto. Tonight, look, Wildcat fans, let's just call it like it is. Very little has gone right tonight for your Wildcats. 3 turnovers on the evening, as well as some busted plays there on defense. They have not been helped out very much on the interior line because you know, hey, you go back and watch the game, you'll see it yourself. There have been some holding penalties that have been missed tonight, but you cannot use that as an excuse. You got to be able to overcome that. Loretto takes the snap. Quarterback's going to keep the ball over the right-hand side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way over the right-hand side as Ben Lyles brings the ball, and he's going to take it down inside to the 35, down to about the 33 before he's brought down by Barrett Gallion. About a 2-yard gain. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for Loretto. But worse yet, we got worse yet, the clock continues to run. Looks to me like that ball did come loose there, and I wasn't going to say anything about it, but now I'm seeing Coach Gallion out there talking with the official about it as well. And, you know, I believe we've got some situations here where that ball came loose and probably should be Wildcat ball at this point. But doesn't look like they're going to get that back. So we'll be back after this timeout here on WCHS Sports for the conclusion of this football game. We want to thank you for joining us here on WCHS Sports.
If you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, WCHS Sports fans, we're back now. 2:31 left to play here in this contest. Your Wayne County Middle School Wildcats trail 20-32 here in the Tri-County Championship game. Loretto leading by a margin of 12 points here. They have the ball here. The Wildcats have used their last timeout. Handoff is going to go to Caden Hagan, and Hagan is going to patch it up the middle. And for the 3rd time tonight, he is going to find the end zone. And I believe that one is going to wrap it up for us here tonight as he carries the ball 33 yards for a touchdown run right up the middle of the field. And so now with 2:24 left to play here in the fourth quarter, Loretto extends their lead out to 38-20 as they now come out and get set to attempt the 2-point conversion. Mhm. Wildcat fans, this has been one of those nights that nothing, very, very little, we'll just say that way, has gone right for your Wildcats this evening. It seems like it's been good fortune on the other side of the field, and just not. Sometimes it's just not your night. The 2-point conversion, the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. So now 2:24 left to play here in the game. Mustangs lead 38-20. And we will be back for the final 2:24 of this football game here on WCHS Sports after a few words from our sponsors.
Completely free, and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans. Number 56, Keaton Green, slowly walking off the field. Looks like he rolled up his ankle there a little bit there on that 2-point conversion attempt, and so hopefully he'll be okay. Loretto now lines up to kick the ball off after that last touchdown drive. Sam Brown to kick off for the Mustangs, back deep to receive for the Wildcats. Number 12, Avery Vaughn. Number 3, Jason Skelton. Vaughn has already hit one touchdown return tonight, 72 yards there in the first half. So it looks like they're going to fight to keep the ball away from him. Ball is loose on the ground. Avery picks it up, and he is going to be buried right there at the point that he picked up the ball. And he is brought down by Caden Hagan on that kick there. So, boy, Caden Hagan is having himself a ball game tonight for Loretto. We're going to give credit where credit is due. That young man has run the ball effectively, and then right there making a big play on the kickoff coverage team to stop the runner there before he's able to get going. So the Wildcats are going to take over at their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10 at their own 22. 2:21 left to play here in the ball game, trailing by a score of 38-20 as the Wildcats come out onto the field for this offensive possession. We got an offensive lineman missing there after Keaton was hurt there on that 2-point conversion attempt. So a little confusion about who's supposed to be in there. So now we've got a full squad out there on the field, and Jakin brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. He's got one receiver split wide to the left, and he's got running backs flanking either side of him in the backfield. He's going to drop back to throw. He's passing over the left-hand side looking for Caden Castleman, number 24, but the ball falls incomplete. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats, ball at their own 22-yard line. Um, the Wildcats have been most of their running team this year, but hey, we're at a point now where we're just about 2 minutes left to play in this game. You're trailing by 3 scores. You got to put the ball up and throw it around a little bit to try to have any chance of moving the ball. If you complete a pass, you move it up the field. That's good. If you don't, ball falls incomplete. That stops the clock, and the Wildcats have no timeouts remaining. So I imagine we're going to see quarterback Floyd throwing the ball a significant amount here on this last drive. On this drive, rather. He's going to take the ball and hand the ball off to Avery Vaughn over the left-hand side this time. Avery's got a couple of blocks in front of him. He breaks the tackle, and he's going to run ahead. Looks like they are going to mark. I do see a marker down there saying the ball is loose. Did he drop the ball? Let's see. We got the officials coming together here to see what's going on. And the officials are still conferring, trying to make a determination. They are going to say it is indeed a turnover. So that's going to be another turnover for the Wildcats tonight. And so for the fourth time tonight, the Wildcats give possession back to the Mustangs. And so Loretto is going to take over with the ball at about the 35-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs here in the fourth quarter of action. Mustangs lead by a score of 38-20. Wildcats have no timeouts left, and so imagine we see the Mustangs lining up now in a victory formation. They're going to take it, and it looks like they're just going to kneel on the ball here to try to run out the clock. Wildcats are powerless to stop the clock at this point, and so this is going to be a heartbreaker for the Wildcats tonight, as they're going to mark the ball down. And the clock's now running with 1:46 to play. No timeouts left for the Wildcats. 2 timeouts left for Loretto. They are going to milk this thing for everything they can, possibly milk it off the clock. And they're going to line up once again in the shotgun formation. Again, victory formation for the Mustangs. They take the snap and immediately fall down to a knee back at the 40-yard line. So great season for our Wildcats, folks. We cannot take anything away from it at this point in time. 7 wins on the season. But you get this game here tonight, and you're going to lose a heartbreaker. Wildcats had some opportunities to get back into this thing. They just fell into a deficit early on in the game, and it's hard when you fall behind early to claw and fight your way back in. 3rd down now for Loretto. As the clock is winding down here, we're inside of 50 seconds left to play here in the game. Again, victory formation. They're going to take the snap and just immediately drop to a knee. 44 seconds left to play here in the game when he took the knee. And so there's going to be maybe a discrepancy of about 4 seconds between the snap clock and the game clock. And so the clock is running here as the clock continues to run down inside of 30 seconds left to here playing the game. It's 4th down and 17 for the Mustangs, but it's going to be, once again, just a heartbreaking loss here for the Wildcats. They were hoping to cap off the season with a win here in this championship game, but it's unfortunately too much to overcome. 4 turnovers on the night, and then just a lot of hard running on the other side of the field. And so that's going to take us down to the end of the game. And so the final score tonight is going to be Loretto Mustangs 38, Wayne County Wildcats 20. We got to give congratulations to Loretto for this championship tonight. They came out and played hard. And we say thank you to everyone who has joined us here on WCHS Sports. I want to remind you, we will not have any game tomorrow night as the Wayne County High School is on fall break this week, so no game tomorrow night. But we will be back on WCHS Sports 1 week from tomorrow as your high school Wildcats play host to the Collinwood Trojans in a rivalry game here at Ben Buchanan Stadium next Friday night. So we'll be here with coverage on that here on WCHS Sports. But tonight, your middle school Wildcats come up short, 38-20 against Loretto Mustangs in this middle school championship game. And we'll be back with final stats right here on WCHS Sports after a few words from our sponsors.
We're also going to have the. At this time, I would like to take a moment and thank my many fine sponsors for making this live stream possible for you, the viewer. It is completely free and there will never be a fee to watch these videos. However, if you would like to make a contribution to me for my efforts, there are links to my Venmo and PayPal in the description of this video. It is not a requirement, it is only if you wish to. I will ask that you please subscribe to this channel and click the thumbs up button. I would also like to encourage you to start a conversation in the chat. Now please enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, Wildcat fans, welcome back. We got final stats here for you tonight as the Wayne County Middle School Wildcats lose a heartbreaker here in the Tri-County Championship game to the Loretto Mustangs by a score of 38-20. Your Wildcats were led tonight on the ground by Caden Castleman. He carried the ball 21 times for 128 yards on the ground. He did score a touchdown and a two-point conversion. He was followed behind Avery Bond, who carried the ball 8 times for 66 yards and a touchdown. He also had that electric 72-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the first quarter of action. Jacob Floyd carried the ball 5 times for 1 yard on the night. He also completed one pass for 3 yards on the evening. Unfortunately, the Wildcats not able to overcome the turnover battle as they turned the ball over 4 times in the ball game tonight, and that right there seemed to be the difference. Critical turnovers at critical times just prevented them from getting the momentum they needed to be able to climb back into the game. On the other side of the field for Loretto, the Mustangs were led tonight by Caden Hagan, who carried the ball 12 times for 232 yards rushing, and he scored 3 touchdowns on the evening for the Mustangs, making him the player of the game. He also had a great play defensively on a kickoff coverage where he stopped, made a great tackle on a kickoff return attempt. And so, Caden Hagan, we're going to say congratulations to that young man as the player of the game tonight for the Mustangs. Ben Lyles, quarterback for the Mustangs, carried the ball 7 times for 85 yards. He scored twice on the ground. He also completed one pass on 2 passing attempts for a 56-yard touchdown caught by number 7, Elijah Chapman. Chapman also carried the ball 3 times in the second half for 14 yards. So, disappointing end of the season for the Wildcats after a 7-1 regular season record. They come in tonight with high hopes of winning this championship game, but they're going to come up short, losing tonight 38-20 here in the Tri-County Championship middle school game. So once again, congratulations to Loretto on a hard-fought victory tonight. They played well, and we're going to give credit where credit is due to Loretto. Remind you that WCHS sports fans, we will be back not tomorrow night, but a week from tomorrow night for varsity high school football action as your Wayne County High School Wildcats are going to play host to rival Collinwood here not tomorrow night, but 1 week from tomorrow here at Waynesboro High School. And so we hope that you will either join us here live for that game or that you will join us here for coverage on WCHS Sports. We also look forward to bringing you basketball action for our Wayne County High School basketball teams beginning on November the 17th. Wayne County High School Sports is going to bring you that action, and we're going to look forward to that here in about a month. So for WCHS Sports, I want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Jacob Kitchens. I appreciate you joining us this season for Wayne County Middle School football. We'll see you next time right here on WCHS Sports.